Do you understand that you are vibration primarily? Well, if you don't, then let us put it to you in a softer way. Do you believe that you are an emotional being? And you all know that because you live the roller coaster of your life. You know how happy you sometimes feel when people are really, really good. And how angry or awful you feel when people are really, really bad. You know how when they please you, you're pleased, and how when they don't please you, you're not pleased. So you know you have an emotional basis. You just haven't really understood until now what that emotional basis is. And we're here to tell you, the emotional basis is your relationship, how wide the gap is between who you've become and whether you're moving in the direction of who you've become or whether you're holding back or moving in the opposite direction of who you've become. So now we want to talk about where you are. Because where you are, write this down, it's very profound. Where you are, you've been here before. It's still profound. Where you are is where you are. 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 And you have to make where you are all right because you can't help but be where you are, at least for a moment. Where you are is where you are. So if you give in, if you make peace with where you are, not in an attitude of saying, all right, universe, I give up. I am where I am and I just accept it and I'll just stay here in my discomfort forever. That's not what we mean. We mean, I accept where I am because I have no choice. I accept where I am in terms of manifestation because I have no choice. But because I have an emotional manifestation, I have a choice of how I feel. Now, hear the difference in what happens. I accept where I am because it's the starting point of my journey in closing the gap. And since there's always a starting point in where you are in closing the gap in the journey between where you are and where you want to be, what possible difference does it make where you are? It just doesn't matter, does it? Could it matter where you are? Does it matter where you are? So there's some place on the planet you want to go, and you're someplace else. And it doesn't matter how far the distance between those two places of where you are and where you want to go. Do you really writhe in discomfort at the beginning of your journey? Look where I am. Or is your attention upon where you're going? Is it? Is your attention upon where you're going? Now, there may be those who want to go somewhere else who don't think that they can go there. There are people, you might not believe it, who have never left this city. This is as big as their world is. This is all they know. But we're talking about once you've decided that you want to go somewhere, once you've decided there is a paving that has taken place vibrationally and a manifestation that is vibrational that is calling you, that will show you every step along the way which step to take. And if you get that, then from wherever you are to where you want to be, every step along the way is a joyful step. The only moment that it stops being joyful is when you stop and look at where you are in a sort of depression that you're not where you want to be. And that comparison isn't good for you. It would be like going to the new car dealership and saying, I want a new car and I want you to design it especially for me and I want it to look mostly like that one, but with one exception. You know that glass thing that's out there in front? I think they call it a windshield. You say to the guy, I want my windshield in the floorboard. Don't put it out there. Put it here because I really am concerned about where I am at all times. So just put it there and I'll just hope for the best out there. And you're laughing because you know that's silly. You know that you're much better off if there's any motion happening to be looking where you're going. But what you forget is that there's vibrational motion happening all the time. And if you're looking at what is, then that's why you don't feel good. That's why you're tripping up. That's why it isn't fun. That's why it doesn't feel good. Look out there where you're going because where you're going is sure. And you know how we know? Because we're really smart. We are. We know because we're over there where you're going. We saw you put it there. We embraced it when you put it there. We're standing in the vibrational attitude of it. We have become the vibrational equivalent of it, and we are calling you toward it. And when you go toward it, we didn't say when you get there. We're not ever going to say to you, when you get there, you'll feel better. We're saying when you look up and start your journey, your conscious journey toward where you want to go, you'll feel better. It doesn't matter where you are. Where you are, what is, in terms of what you call manifestation, doesn't mean diddly squat. So have we convinced you that manifestation is the way you feel? And have we convinced you that the way you feel is something that is changeable within the next 5 minutes once you know this? Less, really, but it is changeable. So you have complete control over the only manifestation that matters, which is the manifestation of you allowing the fullness of who you are to be present in this moment, because you are the manifester of the manifestation, which is you. You are the one who does it. You are the one who bees it. You are the one who is it. You are the one who are it. You are the manifestation and the creator of the manifestation. And if you've got that, then you've got everything that you need. And we can now return to your vortex and bask in the deliciousness of the rendezvous that we will one day have, maybe today and maybe when you croak. You don't have to wait until you croak to be the manifester of the joy that you have put into your vortex. You can have it now. Best we've ever said it. But good as it was, it's now past tense and will be better in a moment. We are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. There is nothing that is off limits. It is our desire to assist you in moving into an emotional vibration that gives you immediate ease and flow, and something more. Because when you release resistance and you allow the vortex to take you in, and you become familiar with the vibration of who you really are and what you've been asking for, then other manifestations begin to rendezvous with you. They begin to reveal themselves to you, not because they have the power of revelation, but because you have the power of sight. You have, when you're in your vortex, you have the ability then to rendezvous with the only security checkpoint in the nation that is up for fun. In other words, you have the ability to rendezvous because the potential rendezvous are all around you. So they reveal themselves to you because of the vibration that you achieve. What do you want to talk about? You've come to talk about some things. It's going to be a wonderful day. Begin right here. He got there fast, didn't he?